Hello, lovely Libra. This is your November reading from Neat's Tarot, and I have pre-shuffled the cards. If you could please subscribe, share, and like, as I'm quite new to YouTube, that would be so appreciated. So here we are. I've got your cards. I do feel that the spirit guides are telling me that I think you've been facing a bit of a dilemma with your work and career. That's what has come out first. I will look at your love cards in a second after this, but right now I do feel that this is more career based. I think you've been sort of deciding whether to stay or go somewhere. You've not been able to see which pathway was coming. It could have been that you weren't sure whether you were going to get made redundant or not. That's how I'm feeling with this. You didn't know if you were going to be gotten rid of by your boss, by your employer. So I think you've been in this state of confusion for quite some time. So I feel that your employer will let you go. I'll be honest. I do feel that. I think that it's time to move on as well. I think this will be a blessing in disguise. Even though you feel angry about that, I feel that you are quite angry about that, and you feel that you've been treated unfairly and it doesn't seem right. But I do think that there were aspects of this job that weren't quite suiting you. As much as you might have felt okay to some degree, I do think that the stress hasn't helped. So I do feel that you need to take this as a bit of a blessing in disguise, I would say. I think you will actually benefit from having this time in between jobs, because you will get another job. That's fine. You will be fine. But I do think take this time to look after yourself and to rejuvenate and get over what's happened and just look after your health. I feel that the stress potentially has caused health problems for you. I want to say take plenty of vitamin C. It is cold season, I know, but I'm just seeing a massive orange in the temperance card, which I know it's not an orange, but it looks like an orange to me. So I read intuitionally, you see, I go with what my spirits show me. So I want you to look after yourself for a while, get that spark back and think about what you want to do now, and don't go back into the same old trap, out the frying pan into the fire. Try and find something that will be less stressful for you. Have a look around, have a think about your direction, because I think it's time to think again for a lot of you. If it doesn't resonate with you, then maybe this reading's not for you, but the love reading is going to come in quite shortly, so maybe that will if this doesn't. Okay, so the Page of Swords, I think that's the decision that the employer makes, and it's quite a determined, definite decision, let's say. I don't see any going back on that. I think they know what they need to do. Some people have got to go from the company, and you could be one of these people. But it gives you the opportunity to jump in and try new things. It gives you the opportunity to find a happier place of work and more inner fulfillment. That's what I'm being told for you. So, like I said, it will cause you a few struggles. You'll be a little bit worried about future employment, but I'm just going to shuffle again for some clarification on that. I want to ask roughly, potentially, if the future employment is coming in, and maybe look at how long that could be for you. It might not be too long, but obviously, let's see what the cards say. Let's see what the guides are saying for that. Okay, so this is for Libra. So when will their new position start? If it's not a redundancy, I would say that it's a choice that you've made to leave the company because maybe you weren't being treated fairly. So whether it's a choice or a forced exit, let's say, it doesn't matter which one it is. It's whatever resonates with you. Okay. Yeah, it's fate. The Wheel of Fortune is saying that it's fate. You've not been treated fairly, the Seven of Swords, and you're going to have to wait a little bit of time just to see when, what's next for you, basically. Apply for things, look around, take your time if you can. If you just need something for money desperately, then I'd say, well, don't rush into the same sort of situation if you can help it, like I said before. Try and find something that you think would be a little bit less stressful for you. Okay, but it is coming in, the Queen of Wands. I'd like to say within the next 1 to 4 months. Hopefully it's quicker, but within the next 1 to 4 months, I'd like to say that you will be in a new job and you will enjoy what you're doing. You're going to feel more appreciated. You're going to feel more creative in your job. You're going to feel more inspired. You'll just feel like you're more in control as well, and you will be feeling quite on fire, to be quite honest. You'll be such a different person when you actually start this job, and I think it's looking like you've been pushed into this direction by the universe and by your spirit guides, because they knew that what you were doing wasn't good enough for you, and it wasn't helping your health, let's say, and your stress levels. Okay, so I do think this has been for the best. So I just say, swallow your pride if you can, and just take the exit, whether it's a choice or you're being forced out. Take the exit and just know that there's something better on the horizon for you. Okay, let's just see what the Fairy Angel Oracle cards have got to say for Libra for November. Express your individuality. Okay, so yeah, allow your true self to shine because you're awesome. So I don't think you've been able to be who you really are in your previous job. I don't think you've actually suited this job. I think you've felt suppressed. I don't think you've been able to actually show your true talents because you've been so suppressed with either too much workload or somebody stopping you from doing what things the way you want to do them. It just feels like you've got a lot more to offer and a lot more to give in a job, and I think you need a job and an employer who allows you to express that. So if you can move on and find a better team to work with, I think you'll just thrive and you'll go far with it. You've just been too suppressed with this particular job, and I think you've always had a few doubts about that, but it is definitely time to go because there is something better, like I said, so don't worry about that. Don't worry about the employment. Okay, I am going to ask a little bit about your love life because I do feel that I did think love might come out in this, but it didn't. It was all career based. So I'm going to ask about Libra's love life. So what's happening with Libra and their love life in November? What's coming up for Libra in their love life for November? Spirit guides, please show me what's coming up for Libra for their love life in November. Ooh. Oh, very nice. Very nice. Okay. So we've got the Knight of Cups. You might not be able to see these cards very well because they are reflective cards. And because the light is shining on them. So you've got the Knight of Cups, the Lovers, the Two of Cups, the Four of Swords, and the Page of Pentacles. I feel like for some of you, there is actually a new love coming in, or the offer of a deeper commitment. That's what I feel like saying. So I'm going to go with that. I think either somebody you're interested in is going to step up to the mark and come in and give you some open, honest opinions about how they feel about you. They might ask you out for a date. They might say, let's be exclusive. It's just a case of it's stepping up to the next level. That's what I get with this. It's stepping up to the next level. So wherever you're at, whether you've dated before or you haven't, it doesn't really matter. But it looks like something is going to step up and become a bit of a more permanent or deeper connection, let's say. The Lovers card, okay? So I feel like you are very, very well matched. It's like you've just meant to meet. It feels like you're soulmates. It feels like you were meant to meet. This is going to be quite an important relationship. So enjoy this and go slowly with it. Don't rush anything, okay? Just take your time with it. You are very well suited. It does look good, and it looks like it's a blessing from the universe. It's like you two have been put together by the universe. So take it that it is meant to be, and I do think you're some kind of soulmates in a lot of ways. Okay, the Two of Cups, I think quite quickly this seems to go from not that much to deeper and then even deeper still. So I do think that this could actually lead to the highest level of commitment if you both want it, of course. It might be too early for some of you, but I think what this is saying is I do feel like some of you might even be getting a proposal or an engagement or marriage from this person. So I do think it's either getting very deep, as in a proper relationship is beginning, or it's a relationship that is going to the deepest level where you might get marriage or engagement conditions. So that's looking very positive, Libra. Very positive indeed. And there's a very strong connection between you two. It seems like there is a strong bond, a very strong bond. Okay. Now, it's not gender specific because I don't believe that's relevant. So it doesn't matter what gender you are. It's just for whatever love connection you have in your life. Okay. I do feel that this is a bit of a warning. Don't feel trapped by this situation. If things are going too fast and you aren't ready to make that sort of commitment, then just say, you know, I'm flattered, but I need to step back a bit. I need to go a bit slower. So don't be scared of feeling trapped. If it's not quite right, just step back and say, I need a bit more time to think about this, but I love you very much, or whatever it is that you're feeling. So you're not actually trapped, okay? I don't want you to feel pressured. That's the feeling I'm getting. And the guys are saying, don't feel pressured and go at your own pace if you need to. Okay, it won't affect the relationship, or it shouldn't. I mean, if somebody does decide to say, well, if you don't marry me, I'm leaving, then they aren't for you, quite clearly. So I just want to say, don't feel pressured and you're not trapped, okay? So go at your own pace. There may be some kind of moving in together as well, I'm seeing with this. It looks like the Page of Pentacles, I think it's either talking about moving in together or, you know, certainly making plans to maybe get a home together and build a life, a material life together. That's what I feel. So that's looking really good. I don't feel that it's just yet. I feel like it could be within the month of March next year, or certainly springtime next year. So it may be just that you're in the talking stages about moving in together or moving towards that goal, but that's looking really good. I think that certainly by March, April time, spring, at the latest early summer, but I do think it's a bit earlier than that. I think that's when you will get together and maybe live together properly or make some kind of further commitment. Okay, so that's coming in for you. I'm just going to ask the guys to give me any more information for Libra for November 2021. Let's just see what else the guys want to say for you. What do you want to tell Libra? Oh, yeah, so there's been a pause in your life. I think it could be to do with this relationship, or it could be that you've just had a complete pause where you've been on your own for a while. You could have had a break in a relationship maybe, but it's just saying that all things pause and begin again. So whatever pause you've had or are having, things are going to start moving again and it will start to flow better again. That's what I'm being told with this. Regret. Don't have any regrets. I want to say, let go of regrets, let go of any arguments, let go of any old ghosts, basically. You know, if you want to make a new start with somebody, if this isn't a brand new beginning, if you want to make a new start with somebody, then go ahead, but make sure it is a new start. Don't hold on to those old ghosts, old regrets, old arguments, old grudges. Try and let that go, because that could hinder the progress of this. If it's a new start, you have to literally cut off the past and start again from new. Trick or treat. So, yeah, you're going to have a lot of playfulness and happiness together. And I mean, Halloween's coming up, so I do think you are going to have fun around Halloween. Whether you're going anywhere or you're going to dress up or you're just going to do some spooky stuff, watch spooky films, it's coming in, and I think you're going to have a great time. But the theme of this to me is that the whole relationship is quite playful now. You can sort of get rid of the seriousness and get rid of, make the serious commitment. But I mean, personality-wise, just have a laugh. Just have a laugh, have fun, get out there, go places. Halloween looks to be particularly interesting, I must admit, and I think you may meet up with others or you may just have a cosy night together, but get into the spirit of it as well. If you want to dress up, dress up. If you want to go out trick-or-treating, do it. If you want to just sit in and watch something spooky, but get into the actual the vibe of Halloween, because it's fun. It is fun. Okay. So that's what I have for you, lovely Librans, and I will leave it there and see you soon.